Good evening, fam. How's everybody doing today? Everybody great? Alright, on this Monday night, so I'm going to talk about my workout, my diet. Actually, nah, what am I kidding? That's boring. But hey, cardboard's not the only thing I flex. Anyway, so what are we going to be talking about today? Finally, after weeks of waiting and patience and making sure it arrived on time, we got the Akora first ever Japanese promo pack. This one is signed by Exion, and I love just first things first, some visuals. There's the chase, the Rose Sleeping Dragon. And here's even the back. I'm actually very impressed. Just a quick note on the aesthetics. This is the most beautiful pack card I've ever seen. This is freaking awesome. I love looking at this. You can display this, and they thought they also have a place where this is, it's a little hard to see, excuse me, but here is where you can rip it and take the card out. I have seen a couple people say they recommend scissors. I believe Time Collects was the first to note that, so make sure you don't damage the card. I personally haven't opened any, but I'm just letting the viewers know who love to rip and tear. I would recommend, though, if you have a signed one, do not open it. Why? Because not many were signed. I'm actually not quite sure on the print run of that. But sorry. Before I go further into all the details about the financial value, the packs, I jumped ahead. Let me start off with this. I want to say a special thank you to Exion, Miss Exion, for spending countless nights and thinking about us and packing all these by yourselves to all of us across the world. I personally can't thank you enough for making sure all of mine got shipped safely. They're all intact, and you even threw me several of these signed ones. I'm extremely appreciative. So, and a special thank you to you, Miss Exion, for also emailing me, make sure that the DHL had my correct contact information, and they did not initially, but luckily I did correct them and resend my package. So thank you so much for following up with me on the email. I cannot thank you enough. So, now, moving on. So, Exion, Kingu, you guys have outdone yourselves on this. I love it. I love looking at this. This is great. The chase, the uniqueness, the art back and forth. You can hang this. So, just a minor, Exion King, I know you watch this, just a minor critique. Since you're going to be doing a series of Japanese promo packs, it would have been neat if somewhere, I don't think it's shown, if this said Series 1. So maybe in the future, the next set of Japanese promos could say somewhere, Series 2. Just a small note. That's just something I would like to see. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think that would add to the collectability aspect. So, what's everyone's on mind? What is this worth? Am I going to get $1,000? Am I going to get rich? Am I blah, blah, blah? Or, before we talk all the hardcore finance, let's talk about how this was sold. Okay, the sale of this was wild to begin with. So, was the premise. There's a total print run of 10,500 packs. With the chase of the Rose Sleeping Dragon, only 500 exist throughout all the packs. I have seen videos where some people got 3 dragons in 20 packs. Others opened 50 and got 1. And of course, many have opened 30, 40, got 0. It is what it is. It is by luck, of course. It is randomized. And keep in mind, it's only 1 card per pack. So I consider this a very high risk, high chase, lottery type style opening. Not saying that's a bad thing. I actually am into that stuff. It's just that if you were expecting 2 or 3, let's say rare cards or 1 common, this is not for you. This is more for those people who love the thrill of the chase for something very unique. And no, that Rose Sleeping Dragon will not be reprinted. Exion and Kingu make very well sure to maintain the collectability of this. That's a part of the reason why I enjoy Akora and why I love the creators so much, because they think ahead. Keep in mind, guys, I know I'm sidetracking a bit, is a lot of these, especially new upcoming TCGs, they'll be like, oh, we're going to reprint this, and then make it in first edition. Then Unlimited, That's gonna be in a side deck, and this and that, and then it's like, oh, it's like Magic the Gathering. It's like so many variants. Please, please, please. I can't. I can't. I personally don't like it. It confuses me. It annoys me. It personally bores me. That is my bias. And yes, I want to clarify. I am biased to this because I do have a good position in this. But I love it. So excuse me. Back to the sale. So it was the way to purchase these was you could only buy them in groups of 3 for around roughly the exchange rate converted to about 21 USD. Correct me in the comments below those USA purchasers, but I believe that's what it roughly came out to. And with shipping, I don't quite remember, but I got a big group, so shipping you only paid one shipping rate, regardless whether it was a groups of 3 or groups of 100 or whatever. This sold out in 2 hours and 15 minutes. That blew my mind. Oh, by the way, there was also no order limits or caps really. So, but still, I am shocked that what I thought this is cool, but I thought this is more of a unique niche specialty product just to hold us over till the Kickstarter and maybe till Kickstarter comes through, or those who just only open a few Kickstarter. They want the thrill of a chase of a Rose Sleeping Dragon. This is something else they could do until first edition comes later on. That's gonna be a whole nother. Well, we're gonna do a Kickstarter video, then a first edition video separate. Those are gonna be amazing. But here's the kicker: we have one individual who bought 800 of these. Yes, you heard me right. 800 of these packs. I don't know who it is. Exion King do, so that person's identity is kept private for confidential reasons. They don't want to be revealed. Totally fine. But still, that blows my mind that on a special product like this, someone would go out of their way to basically gather close to just a little shy of 1,000 of these. I had literally people. I already had 5 people beg me. No, I'm not exaggerating. They have begged me saying, hey, I want these packs for my Whatnot streams to go in my Kickstarter box. Can you please give me some? So I was like, I'm already feeling overwhelmed. That I am amazed at the demand and hype this particular product has. And I know, I don't even get me started on Kickstarter boxes. That's going to be a whole other conversation. How just this high-end Chase Lottery, which I thought was more of just a unique niche little thing, is being so sought after. And to clarify, I was lucky, like I already mentioned earlier, is I have a signed one. I have several of these. Thank you, Exion. Appreciate it. No, it's not the Silver Pen Sharpie first edition. Yes, that's so apparently Exion did signed in beginning with Silver Sharpie, then switched to black. So someone made a comment that Silver's first edition. So do I really think that's going to impact financial value if I have the silver or black one? I personally don't think so. I've been wrong before, but I think it's just cool to have it signed. Anyway, moving on. So what are these worth? So right now, average listings are selling for the sealed pack for $25 to $30. So there you have it. If you were to just buy one set of 3s, you would have about $75 worth of value, and you only paid $21. So you're a little more than 3x your money already. This is before any big streamers. This is before any big hype. This is before coming to market. This is before the Kickstarter boxes. I will tell you this. I'm going to be upfront. I want to be on record. At some point by the end of this year, these will be $500 packs. Why? Because for one, I've already seen people rip and shred these a ton. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, as soon as somebody gets them, I see people like, oh, open 40. I've opened 50. Hey, this is a fun product. This is just, like I said, it's like if you're into like high-end Chase Lottery, scratch-off type things, this is a very cool product. And by the way, when they do continue the next set of Japanese promo, it'll be a different Rose variant. The Rose Dragon is my favorite card of all of Akora. So, Exion, if you're watching this, please make a Rose Dragon playmat. Please, and sign for me. Okay? Anyway, comment below if you're going to do so. Anyway, so back to all this. So, So yeah, so you have already done well financially if you just bought these at the retail in one set of threes. And keep in mind, actually, me and a couple of others have actually bought more than they intended because the website itself said you were buying X amount of packs. The sale was intended for groups of three, but the website had a glitch or something, and so I personally got more than I originally intended. But I'm not going to complain. Because when I first looked at it, I was like, I honestly had back in my mind is, oh, maybe I should message him, cut back on some of the, well, wait a sec. This is something unique. This is cool. This particular set of Japanese promos will not be printed again. This is a one and done type deal. So I said, just let it come in, and wow, I am so impressed by this. And no, there will not be an English counterpart of these. This is going to be very unique. And I also love it. You can hang these, or display these. I personally think it'd be even cooler if they were actually like the sleeved blisters, like you've seen at Walmart, like the MTG blisters, Pokemon blisters. But I do know, to be more environment friendly, Exion Kingu chose this route because it's less packaging and it's overall cheaper, so I can understand that. I just love blisters. Those of you who know me from the Matters of Discords, I load up on blisters from all sorts of games. Yes. Why? Because just side note, as a little kid, I always bugged my mom saying, I want Pokemon blisters. So that's why I personally invest on blisters a lot. And they're great products, and a lot of blisters tend to have higher ROI per average than a sealed box. I know that sounds a little crazy, but if you do your research, there are particular Pokemon and MTG sets where the blisters, if you had, let's say, instead of a box of 36, of sealed box 36 packs, a lot of times 36 individual blisters from the store are worth significantly more. Like Pokemon First Edition base, the blisters themselves are around $4,000 to $5,000 each. Crazy, I know, right? But that's just how the market is. It's not always like that. But anyway, I keep sidetracking. Right now, I'm just so excited over this. So outside, so we talked about the financial value. We know this will not come again. And now another thing I wanted to bring up. So a lot of people, I wanted to touch on this. I'm going to try it very cautiously. A lot of people were saying that the Japanese pack and the Kickstarter booster pack are about the same, will trade about the same value. Alright, I want to say, I want to be on record, that's most likely not going to be the case. What do I mean? Kickstarter booster box, Kickstarter, I guess when people say Kickstarter packs versus Japanese packs, they're two different entities. What do I mean? Is I feel with Akora being successful, growing, streamers, influencers, are all things Akora sealed and singles gonna go up? Yes, rising tide raises all boats. But this and the Kickstarter booster packs are two separate things. Like this never came in a sealed box. Exion and Kingu sold these as packs, just packs. No, there is no master case that says Akora Japanese promos or a box that says Akora Japanese promos. This is all you get. Whereas the Kickstarter booster packs are in a sealed Kickstarter box. So if you're going to ask which one is going to be worth overall more in the long run, I would personally say, of course, Kickstarter box, because of it being the foundation of the first ever fully randomized sealed box product that Akora has come out with. But why do I particularly go heavy on something like this? So having a high-end chase lottery always intrigues me. Like if you guys love MTG, like VIP Double Masters, having only 10 cards, buying one pack for $100 and it contains 10 cards, you could get Force of Will or some other $200 card, is very intriguing. And I believe from some of the arts I've seen that the Rose Dragon is going over $200. So here we are already at high inverted EB, a $30 pack and a Sleeping Rose Dragon. But the argument people are going to say, wait, a lot of Sleeping Rose Dragons have been pulled and you have very low chance of even getting one. You're absolutely right. You do have a low chance of getting one. There's only 500. In fact, if you were to, in fact, let's see, the only way you could almost guarantee, and I'm going to use that very loosely, is they had I actually loved it. They had, if you bought so many packs, it showed the statistical probability of pulling the Sleeping Rose Dragon. If you bought about 149, 150, someone comment below if I'm wrong, you have a 99% chance of pulling the Sleeping Rose Dragon. So, but now keep in mind, be careful, that doesn't mean if I go out there, buy 150 packs, I'm guaranteed to pull one. I could pull 0. I could pull 10. I could pull 100. That's extreme, probably not going to happen, but you get what I'm saying. So, for those of you who are sealed investors, lots of these keep getting opened and opened and opened to hunt for the rose. So even let's say that there's 498 or 499 roses on the market. There's only one rose left. I'm just being hypothetical. I don't really know how many total have been pulled. But actually, I do want to keep track. Comment below if anyone's keeping track of how many Sleeping Rose Dragons are being pulled. I'd actually like to know. Maybe I'll do it myself. So with that, if let's say if there's only hypothetically one left, then people will be eager to chase it down more and more, and therefore, depending on how the value of that Rose Dragon is, that will definitely affect the sealed price. Now with the other 5 cards, they come 2,000 each, so it's a very even distribution. They are not hard to pull. It's fairly easy to get the rest of the 5 because of the even distribution. So what does that mean for secondary market? All right, so I think, this is my opinion, I could be totally wrong, that at the beginning, a lot of the singles from the other cards that are not Sleeping Rose will be flooded and will cause, at the beginning, a tank in the price of them. However, they're still unique because they're part of the Japanese promo series. They do not exist like this in any other form. So therefore, I believe as time goes on, and the sealed product keeps diminishing, and people buy up the singles and get multiple copies. Keep in mind, guys, 10,500 is still not a big print run, especially with you only get 1 card per pack. If I had to be guess, I would say within 4 to 5 months' time, half of these packs will at least be open. From the messages I'm getting, the Whatnot streamers, they want to open them all right now. Think I'm exaggerating? I'm getting my DMs blown up. I honestly almost want to turn my Discord to mute. It's crazy. Like, just what Exion and Kingu are doing. And keep in mind, Exion and Kingu are just... And with Miss Exion is doing a lot of also the logistics and emailing and confirmation. And then they have an artist working passion as well. There are 3 to 4 people with some help doing all this. If someone came up to me and said this is just basically done by 4 individuals, I would have been yeah, right. But like, they prove me like wrong on so many things in terms of that. I always like, keep in mind, those of you who follow me on Discord channels, I am very picky on who I make videos and content on, because as you guys know that I do have my own series of questions I ask every creator about the quality of their product. What they plan to do it? Do they have a roadmap? What do they think long term? I'll be honest. A lot of these startups, either I can tell from talking to individuals, they say, "Oh, this is my first time doing anything like this. Oh, I'm just gonna throw something to see it." Kickstarters have now evolved to be cash grabs. Hate to say it, but a lot of these projects are either looking at cash grabs, or the creators don't have anything beyond set 1 planned. So what does that tell you? Do you really think without a roadmap any TCG will pass first 3 months, if that? Exion and Kingu are getting ready for first edition. They got a supplemental set. They've got breaks and influencers and a magazine, a manga coming. They are thinking so far. They're thinking well far ahead. And like I said, I nitpick and I see, is there something they come out with that I try to nitpick on that either looks half done or is not really lacking in some points, and honestly, I'm trying to find something. And yes, I am heavily biased. I have to be upfront. But no, everything they do, I keep repeating, it's quality. So you guys may say, oh, I'm just pumping up Akora because I put in a lot of money, blah blah blah. I have put a significant amount. I'm not gonna lie, but I do enjoy the product. Axion Kingu are going to go far, and I promise you this: if you do not put into the either future Japanese packs, first edition, the supplemental sets, the manga, you will miss out and you will regret it. These guys do everything with a passion. They always answer all our questions. They like Axion even stays up until 3 in the morning most days to talk to us and answer our questions. Honestly, most creators do not that I've experienced do not have this kind of one-on-one interaction. In fact, a lot of them, if you're not a lot of them I feel, if you're not a big name on the Whatnot or YouTube name or streaming platforms, they do not give a care about you. I'm an individual from that works. I'm just a guy that works in a Coke factory. I don't have a big following. My YouTube channel is small. I'm doing this out of passion. Yet Axion always and Kingu always compliment that they enjoy my stuff, they enjoy my critique, and they love it that I spread positivity about them. And then I'm not talking about that they don't just do it to me. They do it to everybody. Everybody I've seen that post positive content on Akora, they like, share, distribute, and comment and critique. And that's what's amazing about a group like this. I know I've gone off the beaten path, excuse me. I did talk about the Japanese promo pack, but I also wanted to just emphasize to people that Akora is going great. It is not going anywhere. And I'm not saying, don't support other Kickstarters. Do support what you love, but why do I go through such a tough vetting process for other creators? Because I especially don't want to get something and then 5 months down the road to be like, oh yeah, I just wanted it as to help pay for medical, a creator say help medical bills or a house, or this is just a side gig. I support people with genuine passion, trust, and interest. And I'm going to just say it now. Kickstarter boxes, by the end of the year, they're probably going to be close to 10K. That's right. I said it. Probably going to be close to 10K at the end of the year. What do you say? You think I'm just pumping it? Or do I have truth? One thing. It's for you to decide. I believe in the product. I will rise or fall with Axion and Kingu. But I can guarantee you, they're not going to fall. They're going to rise. And those of us on that boat with them will sail to great heights. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you.